What's your prediction for 2027?
Sure. Okay, so let's look at some major events that are happening right now. Okay, so you've got this war in Iran that seems to be escalating day by day. You have the midterms coming up in November, and people expect the Democrats to sweep the House, in which case they will probably impeach Donald Trump.
Hmm.
And you also have basically global economic collapse because the Iranians have closed the Strait of Hormuz. And so fertilizer and oil, LNG, are not able to be transported around the world. So the Middle East provides about 20% of the world's oil supply. And it's also high quality that the rest of the world can't actually replicate. So these are all very pressing issues right now, right? So my prediction for how things will unfold is that, number one, I think this war between the United States and Iran will only escalate. There can be no off-ramp because, first of all, Donald Trump sees this war in Iran as crucial in achieving his Messianic mission, which we talked about earlier. The military-industrial complex, Pentagon, the military, once they get into a war, they don't back out. It's human nature, right? Where it's some cost fallacy, where you've already invested so much into this war, and you're not gonna say, you know what, I've lost enough, I'm gonna go home, right? It's like going to a casino and you've lost $1 million. You're not gonna go home after losing $1 million. You're like, no, 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 my luck will turn around, right? And also, like, if I go home, my wife is gonna shout at me for the rest of my life. So screw that, I'm gonna stay here, right? So some cost fallacy, mission creep. The Pentagon will not abandon this war. It will only escalate. You've got tens of thousands of troops being transported to the Middle East anyway, right? So all the ingredients are in place for major escalation. Okay, so you'll see a ground invasion of Iran, in which case it's gonna be a quagmire. America's gonna be stuck there for 4 years, I think, is optimistic. 4 years is optimistic, possibly 10, 20 years. Okay, so that's one prediction. Another prediction is that the midterms will not go the way people expect them to go. I'm not saying they'll be canceled, but what I'm saying is that right now, Donald Trump and the Republicans are trying to pass something called the Save America Act,
Right.
which is to say that they want voter ID. Now, the Democrats are saying that voter ID is akin to voter suppression. And the reason why is if you have voter ID laws, then you need ICE officers in the polling stations. And we know what ICE is like, right? So we can imagine that there'll be intimidation. There'll be some fraud going on in November. There may also be a cancellation of certain elections. I don't know how the midterms will turn out, but what I will say is that it's almost insignificant how the midterms turn out, because it's possible the Republicans stay, they maintain the House and the Senate, in which case Donald Trump continues his war. It's also possible the Democrats put up people called the Blue Dogs, who are national security apparatus people who are Democratic. Okay, so these are people who are CIA, who are Pentagon, and they would support this war. So they come into office and they would impeach Donald Trump if he did not continue this war. Okay, but it's also possible the Democrats sweep and they impeach Donald Trump, and this won't change anything because he still has the power to fight this war to the bitter end. And if he gets impeached, you can imagine that he'd be even more determined to fight this war. So I don't know what the midterms will turn out, but I will say that it will not be the way people expect it to work out. I think there'll be a lot of surprises. And I will also say it won't change the trajectory of this war. I think the trajectory of this war is already set. Okay. I will also say that by 2027,